Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. Bon dia. Good morning and welcome to AfroCannes. And today's theme is Afrofuturism and a diamond in the rough. And today we will have good day, an international day, and we start really international. People coming from overseas, from Brazil and from Canada and US, all in one. And I'm really looking forward to listen to a talk, a chit chat right now. And we will have 4 talks in a row, hosted by a colleague, I can say. He is explorer, he's a storyteller, producer, and host of The Fly Brother with Ernest White II, and also of the same named radio show. And he will talk to different guests. So welcome Ernest White II and bem-vindo Luis Lomenha from Brazil. And they will talk now and listen carefully to what they say because it's very important. I pass my microphone to Ernest.
Thank you, Jared. It was an awesome introduction. Thank you, everyone, for being here at AfroCannes 2025. Thank you very much to Ms. Prudence Colong, who organized and was the visionary for all of this. We would not be here without her. And we're excited for all of our participants, our crew, and everyone here at the beautiful Villa des Ministres in Cannes. Excited to be here. Luis Lomenha, thank you so much for being here, sir. We're excited to chat with you. Producer, former actor, who has continued in the visual storytelling space. What drew you to participate as a filmmaker in terms of storytelling and inspirations?
First, thank you for invitation. And my inspiration, I was born in the periphery of Rio de Janeiro, in the big favela there, like Complexo do Alemão. And my inspiration is true story, you know. But I tried in my things in my city, mix it with fantastic realism and reality, you know. And because I think it's when you explore like the dream, like the beautiful things of the periphery of the black life, you have more audience because black people like to see a beautiful things at the screen, you know.
Yes.
And this is my inspiration in the positive things, because we have a lot of positive things at the periphery in all over the world, you know.
So beauty, positivity, love, adventure, all of the things that make life worth living is what you like to lean into. I think you speak to the fact that, people of African descent, black people around the world, have consistently leaned into joy and beauty and love in spite of circumstances. And certainly your circumstances growing up in the low-income parts of Brazil has kind of been an inspiration for you. And I appreciate that myself as a lover of beauty. So you have a film that's out, a Netflix series, is that correct? And it was your very first Netflix series. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's about a true story in Brazil. It's like a true crime. And it's about 8 kids live in front of a famous church in Rio de Janeiro. But the police was killed the 8 kids in front of the church in 1993. And this is the most famous massacre the Brazil. And then after this, the mothers from Rio create a big power movement there to fight for justice. You know? And my story is about the dream for these kids. That the last 36 hours, our life, and I try to construct like one narrative about the dream. Like what if, you know, if these guys is still living, what do you do now, you know? Because we have like some survivor to this tragedy, and we work together at the script room, and the guys help us to create great stories, you know. And one this guy, it's working on cinema, it's a producer man, and what other girl is working like to political things there, and they have like a good life and make a good things for change the other lives, you know. And if that guys and still live here, basically we have like new better stories, you know, and you have people like make to engagement and do positive things for change the reality in Brazil, you know?
Yes. No, let me see if I understand this then. So here's a situation where there were children, impoverished children, black children in Brazil, living on the steps of a church. They were killed by, it was the police?
Yeah.
They were killed by the police. And the mothers then had to, kind of had to take justice into their own hands and had to fight through the system in order to get justice. And so what you've done then is you've taken a situation that was one of dehumanization, and you have humanized these children who had dreams, who had hopes, who had imaginations, which is something that all of us have and that we can all relate to. Is that then the crux of this particular project, is to engage the imaginations of everyone that sees the story?
Yeah. My inspiration is I have one inspiration, the Ava DuVernay series, When They See Us.
Yes.
I think we talk about the same things in different places around the world, and the tragedy it's look like same. Depending if the black people stay in U.S., stay in Brazil, stay all over country, Africa or South America, and it's the same. And in Brazil had many massacre of the police officer, and Candelária is the first with kids, but after this have a lot, and the past, this very near, very close past when the Bolsonaro stayed at the power, the police killed many black people at the periphery, and then we have like a big right conservative movement, and people believe our life it's not matter for these people, and then I think the audiovisual maybe help this person, because my series was big successful at the periphery, and then many people watched this in different country around the world, and the best audience is in the country where we have like a black population, for example, South African or the Caribbean country, Colombia, and it's very nice because we talk with our people. It's very difficult to talk our people in Brazil, for example, because streaming is expensive. The majority of black people don't have money to pay this. But in this series, we get this successful with this audience, and this is the difference between other series. And I hope now I work like on one new movie, a new story, like an action movie inside the favela too, and with Warner, the producer, the same producer, the City of God, Fernando Meirelles, and I hope with this movie I get the same successful to try to talk with the black peoples from the periphery and the black peoples from the different countries of the world.
That is amazing, and I appreciate that you are leaning into this work. I believe that this is part of our mission as storytellers who are coming from the various black experiences that we have wherever we are in the world. And it doesn't mean that we are exclusive to those stories. It just means that we have a rich body of culture, history, present, and future that we can lean into. And so in other conversations here, we've talked about Afrofuturism as dreaming, as imagination. How would you relate the work that you're doing now to the theme of Afrofuturism?
I use a lot because I'm PhD candidate too and study contemporary art. And then I made like my research is about like scribas from the old Egypt, because the black people in that time write together inside the life house. And now in Brazil, in the US, in Canada, I think black people try to make the same things for streaming, but in that time, I think the streaming is the wall of the pyramid, but yes. Now it's the television, no? But it's the same movement. And I sometimes I ask if this Egypt is staying past or this is like one space on the future, like utopic future, This is Afrofuturism, And
Yes.
I use this a lot in my series because when I use the dream for try to talk about one narrative, like future narrative, and I use like a lot of VR in my series, to construct like utopic universe in the at the dream of the kids, and I think Afrofuturism is a hope to change our life, because we project the utopic future, and we think about we have a possibility to change it, and stop the die like this crazy time what we live now.
Yes. Well, I believe yes, I am with you on that. I think we project this utopic future, and if we know it here, then we're calling it into our experience. When you think about all the times that have ever been and now, what makes you excited about being here now as a storyteller in this time?
For me, I love to hear like different stories around the world, and like a simple story. For example, I was in Malta and I crossed to Libya by boat, and I saw many like refugee stories from people from Sudan. It's like same tragedy when during the slave time, when the black people crossed Atlantic, but now the black people cross the Mediterranean, and the same sea will stay here now, and this is very strange. I have one author from Brazil. He write about the sharks changed the way because the black chips and that lives this slave time, just to follow the body when the Portuguese and Spanish and put the body on the sea. And now I think the sharks changed to, because they have a lot of black body in the Mediterranean too, but they have many power story with these people, and this is I have inspiration in this story, because these people try to change the world, and this Sudan it's a part of the old Egypt, This is a very power civilization, like Kushita's empire, and basically it's the unique empire where Roma never, and this now why these people stay in this situation, and the world never talk about this. You just talk about the war in Ukraine, in Gaza. Why we not talk about the Sudan war? This is the most biggest tragedy in the world in this moment, And I think we need to put light in this thing now, this situation, in the situation of black people at the periphery in Brazil, in USA, and different places around the world. When I start to make my series, I remember the music in Mississippi Garden. It's the same. It's the same with tragedy like the my series, But it's in US in a different time. But it's the same. Never change. You have the same thing in different cultures around the world. And the body, the color of the body is the same. Depend if it's in Brazil or in front of a church in USA or at the Mediterranean Sea. It's the same. It's the same problem. And I think the audiovisual have to this power to deconstruct this, and we put the light in this thing, and the people stay together to fight to better times.
Absolutely, man. I think if we aren't telling our stories, who will? And we have to identify these stories and, as you say, shine a light on them. Last question. What advice would you give to your younger self? And by that would be anybody younger, even watching this video later after this interview.
But believing in your dreams, I think it's most important. A friend of mine yesterday told me, why you every time talk about the future, you know, because we need to talk about the future, because the future we project now our choice, no, our lucky. And when I was a child, I live in a very poor place, and every day I think about my future, you know, because I need to change my life, you know, and I need to study hard, and I need to believe in my dreams, you know. I know it's very difficult. I don't believe like in meritocracy, you know, but if you don't believe in your dreams, basically it's impossible you continue, you know. And I think this is the most important. The people need to still dream.
That's right. Trust and believe. Luis Lomenha, thank you so much for your time and for your commitment to the creation. Thank you very much, sir. We're happy to have you.
Thank you.